Hello everyone, it's Lando and NORRIS. We are here in Imola, a place we haven't been to since 2006 as part of Formula One. So it's a very new environment for everyone, including myself. So we're going to go behind the scenes with Darktrace to see how the team set up for this weekend and how they're keeping our data secure. Let's go. We're going to go see Jamie. Now Jamie's the guy that sets everything up, keeps everything secure. He's the brains of the operation. Oh, hello there, Jamie.
Hello, how you doing?
How are you?
Yeah, I'm good, thank you.
Apparently this guy runs everything. Please show us a little bit more behind the scenes of how basically everything runs.
So
in our garage.
This pretty much does anything that connects to the network. So we've got telemetry servers here. So
yeah.
That's what.
So a lot of this stuff obviously gets sent all the way back to MTC as well.
Pretty much. I mean, European season it tends to go race to race, but in between flyaways and things like that, it will go back to the UK.
So not only does it help with communication, but it also runs the cars and allows everything to actually run properly.
Basically everything's sort of funneled through this and then goes back to MTC.
And this is all your job?
Yeah,
So if anything goes wrong, we blame it on you?
Exactly.
That's good to know.
In some ways, every race setup is unique because every garage is slightly different. The ceilings are taller. You know, things get laid out differently every race based on the space. In terms of it being Imola, there's a few things. So obviously, we don't have perfect GPS data for Imola because obviously it's changed over the years and we haven't been here for a long time. So we have to take a GPS tracker on the track walks to try and get our own data. And then just outside of that, it's the things that are normally unique at every race. You know, the size of the garage, the size of the paddock, you know, what availability we've got for running cables in. And then obviously we have to use different network providers in different countries. So it's, you know, it's adapting to the latency we have between here in the UK. We have about 1.5 terabytes of data going back and forth between the race track and the factory at MTC. So obviously it's paramount that we keep that secure.
My name's Edward Green and I'm the Principal Digital Architect at McLaren Racing. I look after the technical design of all of the infrastructure across the race team, including everything from trackside to back at the office, and the integration of our partners. Darktrace will be helping this weekend because it's so fast to learn with the sort of unsupervised AI it's got built in and learning those human patterns of life. So even though we're going to change everything this weekend and only run across 2 days, Darktrace will learn really quickly what we need to do and how to keep us secure, even from the edge of track and right back here at MTC.
My name's Amelia and I'm a performance engineer in vehicle performance. So as well as all the team that you see trackside over race weekend, we've also got a team of between 30 and 40 people working here in MTC, supporting directly from mission control. So we're essentially an extension of the team who are still looking at all the live data and complementing the work that Trackside do. So my role mainly during the week consists of me working in the simulator, where we're using that environment to test setups and different concepts that we maybe couldn't or wouldn't have time to at track. And then during the race weekend themselves, I support live from MTC in mission control, supporting directly the engineers who are trackside, doing additional analysis of data and kind of supporting any questions and queries they might have.
So Darktrace for us is really important because it allows us to quickly see what's going on and learn new things very rapidly. So when we got into the new challenges of this season with lots of racing back to back, Darktrace AI was really quickly able to understand what was changing in our garage and what was new for us this season racing. We use Darktrace both here at the MTC and at Trackside to keep us secure, and the AI keeps learning what's normal and what's not normal for us to respond to. Darktrace has given us lots of confidence this year because it's spotting things that we wouldn't normally as humans. And throughout the whole period we've been racing, they've been a real extension to the team, both the AI and then the team at Darktrace themselves. They provided us with huge amounts of context to make decisions, and we didn't always have that context to make decisions quickly over a race weekend.
So between here and MTC and Trackside, we will be discussing things like strategy, driver performance, different setup changes. So we need to make sure that all of that data is secure, because that's essentially our IP and that's going to be our strategic edge over the other teams. In F1, especially going to a new circuit like Imola, the conditions are ever changing. So having Darktrace and its artificial intelligence able to constantly learn, ever change, ever adapt, means that it keeps up with every situation. During the radio check and systems check that we do on normally a Thursday morning, but for Imola we do on a Friday morning, I'll be talking directly with the engineers trackside, including Joel, to make sure that all of our systems that we see here at MTC matches everything that they're seeing at trackside. Joel, AMELIA and Infame. Data here at MTC is good.
So this is our systems and data rack. This travels all around the world with us. It's in here that we store all our computer equipment to communicate with the car, and also it's our link from the car back to the garage and to mission control back in the UK. So this is the machine I use to communicate with the car. So I'll take this around now and get set up. So it's important to be based here in the back of the garage with this machine. So this machine is used to do all the configuration and communication with the car directly. I need to be doing this in the garage with the car. So when we're building the car and getting things ready, I'm on hand, I'm here. I can communicate remotely. So this machine also controls our, what we call the go, no-go lights, our traffic light system for the car. So I control these from my workstation in the truck. During session, I'm making sure we've always got a green light. We need to make sure that everything is good with the car and we're ready to go out on track. So AMELIA will be looking at a lot of performance-related factors. Suspensions is a particular interest of hers. For me, here at Trackside, I'm looking at the whole picture of the car from a reliability point of view. I want to make sure that every single sensor, every parameter is within the specifics. Make sure it's all healthy, make sure that the data that they are looking at back at MTC and back in mission control is very accurate. And then back there, they'll start doing the analysis for looking for that extra bit of performance.
The beauty of AI is how fast it learns. So it didn't take us long to put Darktrace in ahead of this season. Although it's been a bit of a different season, it went in really quickly for us, and I was amazed how quickly Darktrace was installed, but also how quickly we could get AI learning how we normally behave here at McLaren. And then when we did get back to track, how quick it was able to understand what a normal weekend would look like when both cars are collecting data. The Darktrace interface just surfaces all the information up, and you can investigate and analyse all within one dashboard. So you can start to drill into different panes of glass, really investigate what's happening, but more so the alerting I find super interesting and useful. I'll get alerts through my mobile phone as I'm operating and walking around the MTC on a given race weekend. So I find I use both the mobile dashboard, which gives me the smart alerts, and then I can dive in and investigate what's happening through the Darktrace interface.
So my line of communication here at the track is usually straight to Tom, to Carlos's race engineer. If there's an issue with the car, I'll highlight it to him, and then between us in the engineering department, we'll start discussing the best way to mitigate any negative effects from that. Anything particularly serious, I can go straight to Carlos. If I spot a puncture or anything like this, I can go directly to him, but usually I go via the race engineer. Yeah, so let's go from here now, and we'll go and have a look at my other workstation in the truck.
Right, let's go.
So we're now here in the engineering truck. It's from here that the team of us, including myself, will be looking at the live data from the car during session and making sure everything is looking good and healthy. I've got an intercom panel here, so I can communicate with AMELIA back in mission control. I can communicate with the trackside engineers. I can communicate with the driver should I need to, and as well as many other channels that will allow me to speak with the engineers I need to talk to in the heat of the moment.
It's really important for us to keep data secure over a race weekend. We don't send the cars out on track unless we can see that telemetry. So it's a critical piece of infrastructure for us, and it's super important. It means we can't go racing, so Darktrace is critical for us. Darktrace is unique as it takes the learning approach to how humans behave and interact with our systems. And that's really important, given weekends like this we've got coming up, where this isn't normal. It's got to learn on the job. And we've never been racing at Imola, and we've never done a 2-day event. So this is really important that Darktrace is able to understand and observe how people are behaving across the network and take actions appropriately for us.
That was really good, wasn't it? Really good.